How you doing, sir?
All right, so you're with the journalism club at school?
Not a journalism club, just a student journalist. I'm just documenting my thing here.
Okay.
There is no journalism club at Towson High School.
The journalism club at school?
Not a journalism club, just a student journalist. I'm just documenting my thing here.
Okay.
I guess on the way to building number A, accessing publicly accessible sidewalks, publicly accessible parking, and heading up to talk about the problems with Towson High School in regards to harboring illegal aliens, or better yet, how to avoid ICE agents and immigration status, on how they cover up military boards with mental health propaganda, and also against Maryland Education Act subsection 7-105 for patriotism. In school buildings, every teacher must fly an American flag and offer for students to say the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of the day, which Towson High School has been in violation for over a month. I have talked to the administration about it. Nothing has been done. So we're gonna just go up here. As you can see, no restricted area signs. We'll make sure before we go in and record, I want to record my interaction with the supervisor to talk to them about it. Again, I've talked to the school administration, Mr. Stevens. I've talked to our resource officers. And before we go in, we're going to make sure that there's no statutes that relate to, I believe that this is the main entrance. As soon as you open up the door, publicly accessible. Right here you get press door for entry. Welcome visitors. Please report directly to main office to better protect our students, visitors, staffs are required to have their valid government issued ID scanned. Okay, that's against constitutional rights. Is there any law about it? No statute, masks are optional, business hours, and press door. Friendly reminder, the government's always watching us, and I just want government accountability. I do have my student ID. If they need an ID, I will not give my government issued ID. Hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I was looking to speak to a supervisor of some sort that regulates Baltimore County public schools.
Sure.
Awesome.
Are you recording?
Just on my phone, for my interaction. I'm a student journalist.
Okay, you're gonna have to turn that off in order to be with someone.
Oh, even in the lobby?
Well, I'm letting you know when she comes down.
Okay.
Turn it off, okay?
Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, hold on.
Will do.
Have a seat. I'll send out something for you.
All right, thank you. So we've been told to sit down, and hopefully the supervisor will allow us to record the conversation, because I would like to document it, just so all is good. Again, Towson High School is in the wrong here. Violation of the Maryland Education Act, subsection 7-105, and in clear violation of our rights. Not to mention their unprofessionalism in regards to covering up military and other school resources in terms of mental health propaganda. So we will see what happens. Hello, how are you? You'd like me to turn this off? Awesome. So we've been given this Baltimore County Public Schools Greenwood Administration Building Visitor Information Log. So we will fill this out now. Today's date is the 28th of May, so 2025-03-28. The time is, let me look. Full name is Parker. Student/school issue. Employee issue. Just like the school issue. Yep. School's full name, Towson High School. So as you can see, this is the public lobby and foyer. So we do have every right to record in here. Student's full name, sorry, I apologize. You fill this out, Parker. School, Towson High School. I'm in 12th grade. Relationship to student. NA, I am the student. The nature of your visit, to speak with a supervisor. And the gentleman who gave me this paper said that I have to not record inside, which is okay. Technically it isn't, but end of the day, I will do what they say, as long as, of course, when I speak to the supervisor, I will ask them if I can record the conversation for transparency and accountability. But until then, I will continue to record in here. I wish that I had. He made me turn off my phone, and he recommended that I put it in my car, which is against my constitutional rights. I have every right to film in public and publicly accessible areas. So we hope that this does not turn into something that it needs to be, but we will not back down, and we will get this taken care of, because I've talked to the school multiple times for months about this law that they are breaking. Maryland Education Act, or Maryland Education Act, subsection 7-105. Again, we are here to speak about Towson High School and their failure to address the situation that I've presented about a month ago about the law that they are breaking, along with multiple others, but this one is most meaningful right now. And one step at a time, we will make sure that the right thing is done. All right, fill this out. We've given a paper to the gentleman, and he said that a supervisor will come down, or someone that we can speak to. Again, this is Greenwood, Maryland Education, or Baltimore County Board of Education at Greenwood. As you can see, they do have a doorbell. So this would be considered the lobby or foyer. They do have, please report directly to main office to better protect our students, visitors, and all staff are required to have a valid government issue ID scanned, but there is no statute or policy. And the problem with this is I could print that out on a piece of paper and put it on a door, and that does not restrict. We have a Fourth Amendment right. I do have my student identification, but I will not give my state identification. Because although I am a student of Baltimore County Public Schools, I also have a Fourth Amendment right to keep my identity and film government employees in the course of their actions. So we're just gonna be waiting here. I parked all the way down there in the public parking lot and walked up on a publicly accessible sidewalk to an open door. So we will wait for a supervisor to come out. Now, mind you, again, there's no private or restricted area signs. So we should be able to record inside the building, although I will allow them. I will comply because I do want to get this taken care of, but for future references, I will talk to the supervisor about that, about how you are allowed to record in publicly accessible areas. And although you do have to sign in here, it is still a public building and there's no posted restricted area signs anywhere in this building or on my way up from the publicly accessible parking lot. So hopefully we can get this taken care of and hopefully be in and out of here in the next, whenever they come out of here. It should only take 5 minutes, quite frankly, but we'll see how they respond. Right now we have a female talking about us, which is fine. She is well within her rights to have freedom of speech. I guess she doesn't know that this is very easier to see or to hear through, which is fine. Again, we are in public in a foyer and lobby, which is funded by our taxpayers. And I am an adult. I'm over 18 years old. So my taxes from my job go to this building. And she is well within her rights to mumble about me, which is okay. But I would just like to talk to somebody about Towson High School and their failure to uphold the laws set in by Maryland legislators for our education. Again, I've talked to my administration, Mr. Stevens, multiple times about this issue. It has not been addressed in over a month, and it is time to go to the next level, which would be the Board of Education. And if funding needs to be cut, funding needs to be cut. If there needs to be classes or training for our administration and our teachers to uphold the Maryland Education Act, then that is what will need to happen. Again, we are a student journalist documenting our experience here and talking to a supervisor about this issue, which should be no problem considering you're allowed to film government employees in the course of their action in publicly accessible areas. So we will see how long it takes. Again, it should only be a 5-minute conversation, if that. I just want to bring it to their attention in person. I find most of the time when you send an email, it doesn't come across. Oh. Hello, ma'am. I guess they're listening. That's okay. Well within their rights. Again, remember, they are always recording us. She's hopped off of the phone. We will sit back down and wait for an individual to step out and talk to us. We will see how long this takes. They said that because I'm videotaping, or the woman inside, if I heard her correctly, she said that the lady will not come down or hasn't came down yet because she doesn't feel safe that I'm recording, even though I have a Towson High School lacrosse shirt on. I have my student ID. I have my documentation. I have every right to be here and recording. They are recording us at all times. So I don't see the problem in talking to a student journalist about an issue and a law that my school is not upholding and that they should be upholding because they are the people who employ our administrators, pay them, train them, and oversee what they do in our school systems. Maybe that's why Towson High School has a 38% college and career readiness. I don't know. Maybe there's an issue going on within the Board of Education. I guess we will see. But I mean, to say that she doesn't feel safe because a student has a camera, a phone that everyone has, when we have the First Amendment right to freedom of press, freedom of speech, and freedom of religion, it seems quite unconstitutional, unprofessional, and overall just kind of a nuisance to kind of waste our taxpayers' time, my time. You know, who knows what they're doing there? They might just be sitting on their phones, but we will find out shortly once we get some help. Again, I've been here for the past, 15 minutes, waiting for a 3-minute conversation. We will see. I'm the only one in the lobby, or at least in this lobby. I don't know how many people are inside the building as of now. We've been waiting here for 20 minutes, over 20 minutes, 21 minutes to be exact. And still no one has came to help us. No public servant has came to help us yet, even though our taxpayer money goes to all this, and all the administrative building staff vehicles and parking lots are filled, so they don't have a staff shortage, I'm sure. I could have parked right there, look at that. Damn, well, good thing I parked down there so they don't know what car I'm driving, because I guarantee you they try to tow it. Probably. Let's recheck it. We've been waiting here for 20 minutes. Let's see. Very nice.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing? I've been waiting for 20 minutes. Is there a certain time frame that a supervisor will be able to come out and speak with me?
So when she's available, she'll be down.
Okay, do you have any other supervisors that are available, or just anyone who deals with administrations at public schools?
So if you're recording, you don't have permission to record me right now.
Well, actually, ma'am, I do. You have the right, freedom of press in all public buildings.
Sorry, that you can have a seat and wait for her to come down. We have one person that is allocated.
Okay.
This, and sometimes when people show up, you have to wait because she's doing something.
Right, sure, yes. Would you have a time frame that would be available?
Time frame? I don't.
Okay. Maybe instead of a supervisor, just someone who I could relay a message to get to the supervisor. I just want to document that I was here in person, not on an email, if that'd be okay. And I can do it in here where even though I'm legally allowed to record in there as well, as long as it's not a restricted area, which you have no signs that says it's restricted.
I'm sorry.
Say it again. Sorry.
Pass on a message.
Yes, but I would like to speak to someone individually.
Yeah, that's what we're waiting for.
Okay.
Do you have to go?
No, I don't have to go. I have a lot of time. I just think it's crazy that our taxpayer money is going to a giant building, and I've been waiting out here for 20 minutes for a 3-minute conversation that I need to have. So, I don't know. That's just kind of crazy to me. And again, it's all being documented, and I'm a student journalist at Towson High School. I wrote it down in the paper.
Okay.
So I just think it's kind of absurd, and I'm not putting you guys in a rush or anything, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, in life there are lines, and you have to wait for people.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, that's fine. But you guys only have one person allocated to supervising administration? Or multiple? Because you guys should have multiple. At least multiple people in charge. I don't need to speak to the top person. I just need to talk to somebody above my principal, if that makes any sense. But Again, press doorbell for entry. Business hours, 8:30 to 4:45. So about a 9 to 5, almost. That's cool because most elementary schools start at 8:30. You have your transcripts, masks are optional, and that is a violation of our Fourth Amendment right there for IDs upon entry, which is a violation. So that we can also take up with the town or the Baltimore City mayor's office. We can take that up with them. Or, it's Baltimore, or maybe even the Maryland Board of Education, the top office, not the subsection of Baltimore County. But again, no restricted area signs. I have every right to record in public and government employees in the course of their actions and document my process of talking about the school, the problems in my school, and the problems with the administration in Towson High School. Again, been waiting for almost about 25 to 30 minutes. And the lady inside was very condescending, I would say. She said, "In life there are lines." Like, I don't know that. I just think it's crazy considering, and I understand they're busy, but I don't know how busy they are, quite frankly, but, I'm not going to push it too much. I just think that there's a better way to speak to people, the public, especially when you're paid by the public. Your salary comes from our tax money. Even if you are a third party, you still are contracted. Again, I don't know if she's a secretary, a security, just anybody who works in a government building is paid by the public, and they are public servants. So we will wait for a supervisor. They do have to serve us before 4:45, and I will wait here all day if I have to, just to prove my point. I hope I don't need to, because I'd have to go on the news for that, quite frankly, if I had to wait here for literally 5 hours. I got here at 11:45 is when I signed the paper. If I wait till 4:45, it would be a 5-hour wait to speak to one supervisor. So let's see how long they make us wait here. Again, daily reminder, they are always recording us, but as the lady said, it seems to be a problem when we record them, which is okay, even though if I wanted to, I could go to the county clerk right now and do a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act request for that camera and all of the cameras inside in the publicly accessible areas. The same way that you can do it with body camera footage, libraries, town halls, you name it. As if it's government property, it's public records and public information. So I would just need to do a FOIA request, a Freedom of Information Act, and we will wait again until someone helps us. Just a quick reference, it doesn't look like there's anybody in the building. This is the female right here who was condescending to me. Again, everything I can see from public, I'm able to record. It doesn't look like there's anybody really in the building, but they did say that the supervisor was busy at the time, which is okay. So we will wait and see. We have 2 females walking over there. And again, still waiting. It's been over 30 minutes and we will see. Again, refusing to offer public service as public servants to the public is against the law. So we will see how long they take and if they even serve us. because they said that they will not do it while I'm recording, even though that there is no policy, signage, anything of that nature that would constitute for me not to be able to record in the building. Oh, we have a female stepping out right now. Oh, I'm sorry.
Can you turn your phone off, please?
I won't do that now.
Okay, then I'm sorry, you'll have to leave the building.
I'm not gonna leave the building, ma'am. So she just, Baltimore County Police. We'll step out to have a conversation. How are you doing, sir? How you doing? Pretty good. Just trying to talk to a supervisor. You mind if I record? Awesome, thank you. They said that they wouldn't serve me due to me recording, even though it is a public building. I was recording in the public lobby. You do have the right to film government employees in the course of their action the same way that you are able to record me. I see your body camera is on. The same way that you're able to record me, I'm able to record you. I'm able to record members of the public, or sorry, my fault, public servants in the course of their duties. Just trying to talk to a supervisor about some stuff that's going on in my school and how they are violating our rights and the law.
You're supposed to be in class right now.
No, I'm not. I'm on
You're
yes.
supposed to be in math class right now.
No, I'm not. I actually just.
You're actually suspended from the school. It used to be removed from the property.
What's
That's
your name?
actually not true
What's your
because I actually just put in a letter
name?
to my counselor to
Hey.
withdraw me. Yes.
What's your name?
Do I need to give it?
Yeah.
Sure, it's Parker.
Your last name?
You can write just J. Just J.
Well, I need to know your last name. If you're being trespassed, I need to know.
Am I being trespassed?
They do not want you here anymore.
Even though it's a public building?
If you're not doing business in the public
I am
building,
conducting business. I'm a
well,
student
right now
journalist.
You're not.
Well, I was trying to, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
But right now you're standing in a parking lot and they want you trespassed.
Well, just to talk to you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. If that's fine. Again, the gentleman who came out said that I was suspended, even though I had put in a paper today with the counselor. Is that a government phone, sir? Is that a government phone, sir?
This is my phone, yeah.
That's your personal?
This is my work phone.
Work phone? Okay, I can do a FOIA request on that, sir. Could I have your name and badge number, please? Smith6773.
Yep.
Thank you very much, sir. Am I being detained? Am I being detained?
I'm questioning.
Okay, so I'm being questioned. That is okay. Again, it is a public lobby, so we do have the right to record in there and be in there as a member of the public. So we will see what the officer responds with, and let's see if he opens himself up to civil litigation or if he will allow me to conduct my business or go about it, and we will see. Again, Greenwood, Baltimore County Public Schools Board of Education. They said that I'm suspended, which is fine. Again, a suspension really doesn't mean anything. That is okay by me. If this is what it takes for government transparency and accountability, I would gladly take a suspension from Towson High School, who has been violating our rights and breaking the law set in by Maryland legislators and supposed to be upheld by this building. I was waiting for 40 minutes to talk to somebody, and they finally came out when the police arrived. Again, this is car number 32919. I will be going to the Baltimore County precinct and filing a FOIA request for that picture. Should make a pretty good profile picture if you ask me. So we will see. So, like I said, and like I guessed, they did run my information. Hello, ma'am, how you doing? They did run my information, and I assume talk to my school, even though what I'm doing is well within my rights. So we will talk to a lawyer about that as well, if that is a wrongful suspension from school. Although, because all I was doing was sitting in a lobby. I handed my counselor secretary a note today that said for her to withdraw me from my math class and put me into a virtual school, or a virtual thing, which my counselor should have received, due to the fact that she was in a meeting. So the guy said, you should have been in math class, right? No, I should. Integrity, fairness, and service. 611. Law enforcement. Again, I don't want to stand in the parking lot due to the nuisance of it, so I will stand. This is technically public property, but I'll stand on the public sidewalk. We will wait for what he has to say. Again, I do think that is a wrongful suspension due to the fact that I have every right to record in a public building, especially a lobby, foyer, or other stuff of that nature. I stepped out to talk to this gentleman, this Officer Smith, and he said, well, right now you're not conducting business. I told him I'm a student journalist conducting business and trying to record my interactions so I can hold them accountable because my administration has not been held accountable. How you doing, sir?
All right, so you're with the journalism club at school?
Not a journalism club, just a student journalist. I'm just documenting my thing here.
Okay, do you have any credentials as towards your...
What state gives press credentials?
Most of them.
Really? Which one?
Most of them.
No one does. Everyone has the...
You've never heard of press credentials?
That's if you were to be in like the White House or something. Yes, you'd have press
Or
credentials,
government building.
but not in a public building. That's a public lobby. That's the problem. I
This
didn't.
is the Board of Education.
Right.
This is a
Public.
government building.
Right. Public. Funded by the public.
Yes, I understand that.
Damn,
But it's
three
also-
cop
it's
cars.
also a government building.
3 cop cars for a kid. All right. 4 cop. Damn. What the fuck? Well, indeed. Sorry for my language. That's just crazy to me. You don't think that's a waste of resources, sir? No. Okay, that's fine. No one has press credentials. Everyone has the First Amendment right for freedom of press.
Yes, you do.
Right.
In certain areas.
5 cop cars.
Does that look like a cop car?
It does, sir. Look at that. That's an undercover cop car. I know it.
No, it's not.
That's gotta be. Look at that bump on the back. That's gotta be. Looks like you've been in some pit maneuvers. How you doing, man? Could I have your name and badge number, please? And they said that I can't record in there, which again, you're allowed to. Anywhere that's publicly accessible, you are allowed to record. Not to mention that sign right there, there's no statute with it, and it says that you must hand over your federal identification. That's against our 4th Amendment right, and obviously you guys swore to uphold that right. This gentleman here said that I was suspended, which is a wrongful suspension due to the fact that I handed in a paper to my counselor secretary.
That's between you
I
and
don't.
the school.
Okay, sure. That's between me and my school.
Oh, well, look at this.
Hi, Miss Mother.
How's it going?
Can I just pull right here real quick?
Yeah.
The fact that I can't record government employees in the course of their action, which I am allowed to do, and document.
You're standing here recording.
Right. No.
Nobody has a problem
Exactly.
with
Right. No. Exactly. And they shouldn't either. And that's why they called you guys, I assume. So, I don't know if it's something that, and he said that I wasn't being detained, I was just being questioned, so I don't know if I'm free to leave. If that's the case, I will gladly leave under threat of arrest or trespass. But until then,
Phone call from the principal at Towson High School.
yeah, saying I was suspended.
Yes, they're charging you with trespassing.
Oh, they are charging me with trespassing for, yeah,
Hi, I'm Emily.
6168.
Yeah.
Again, I'm First Amendment right, freedom
You
of
understand
press.
that you just signed with the Marines.
Yeah.
And if you do anything,
I did,
and
yeah.
you get locked up,
Yeah, I'm not
you're
getting
gonna
locked
be
up,
a
Mom.
loser
It's
in
only
life.
it's
You're
only
not
threat of
gonna go
arrest. It's
anywhere
only
'cause
threat of
they
arrest,
will
Mom.
not take you.
It's only threat of arrest, Mom.
Okay, so here's the issue.
Yes, sir.
And I'm Officer Clapp, ID 6186. You
All
can
right.
record it.
Thank you
They're
very much,
nice and
sir.
big for you.
Yep.
There is no journalism club at Towson High School.
No, you don't need
do
to
not
be a
have any-
journalism club. You
also need
can
to
just have an
journalist
independent.
credentials with you, which you
Who
do not have.
has journalist credentials, sir?
Every journalist that presents themselves one, and they want their freedom of press
Yeah.
right protected, which
Yeah.
you do not have currently.
Well, everyone
in-
has the right
in-
to freedom
in
of
addition
press,
to
sir.
that- In addition to that,
Sure.
they have the right to trespass you from the property.
Even in the public lobby, even though I was
Even
just
in the public
recording,
lobby. Okay, what's your lawful business here?
I'm recording my experience or interactions in it. And
What is your lawful business for coming here?
I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a journalist credential?
You don't
for
need
ID?
you don't
Yes,
need
do.
you don't need credentials,
So,
sir. You don't need credentials. Didn't you guys? I'm sorry. Didn't you
here's
guys
my
just
thing.
get sued 2 years ago at the Baltimore County
A
courthouse
is
building?
different than a Baltimore County public
Hey,
school
Bubba.
building.
Well,
We're gonna
it's
cut
not
this
though
off.
because it's just a
I think
lobby.
Coffee's on his way to your grandfather.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
I
Mom.
need you to put the phone down.
I'm not putting the phone down.
Okay. Well, then your dad's gonna shut your phone
Because
off.
all it is, all I
don't
need,
care.
all I need is threat of arrest or
Bubba,
trespass,
Look
and then
at
I'll
me.
leave.
Bubba,
Okay.
just
So a
stop.
representative of the property
Yeah.
is going to trespass you with the property. If
Okay.
you fail to leave, you're going to be arrested.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm leaving.
Well, wait.
The representative of Baltimore County Public Schools.
Sure.
So he has the right to tell people not to return to Baltimore County Public School property, which this is.
Sure.
Okay, can we just see your name so we have your name?
Yeah, just for the
You can have
record.
your badge out so we know you're
For the
an official
record.
representative.
Richard
Muff.
Muff.
All right? All right.
Yes,
You've been
because
formally
our school is violating our rights.
You've been formally trespassed.
Formally
until Baltimore
trespassed?
County Public Schools gives you permission to come
Okay,
back to this
awesome.
location.
Thank you very much. Signed, sealed the lawsuit. Civil litigation.
That's fine.
Thank you very much. I will be at the precinct to get that photo that Officer Smith has taken of me, and you guys have a great rest of your day and stay safe. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thank you.